Always right at the beginning. Hey friends, it's me, Jackson. No, wait. Hey friends, my name is Jackson, and welcome back to my channel, Gender Not Found. Um, so I just want to let you guys know before the video starts that my mom said she would connect with me in a couple of hours, and that was at around 11:45. So if she calls, I'm gonna pick up the phone. I can see I've got the phone right. I've got my cell phone like right here, and if it rings, I'm gonna have to pause the video and pick it up. If it rings, I'm gonna pause the video and pick it up. It's on silent, so you guys won't be able to hear it. So, I got my millipedes, first of all. They're so cute. I brought them home in like a little container, and I also brought home something which I did not expect, which was a jumping spider. Like a baby jumping spider. He's really tiny. He's like maybe a couple millimeters, like maybe 2 or 3 millimeters. I don't know exact measurements, but that's what I'm guessing, about 2 millimeters maybe. He's so teeny tiny. He's like the tiniest thing ever. Anyway, like even tinier than Artemis. Like the size that Artemis is right now, he's probably gonna be that size, full grown, possibly a little bigger. But anyway, I did not expect. So let me tell you guys the whole story about the Reptile Expo. So basically, I went to the expo and I went ahead and went, like, I just walked around for a while. I held some animals. I asked at every booth if I could hold the animals. Some of them said no, some of them let me, so pretty much like every expo I've been to in the past. And this is actually the fourth expo I've been to this year. The second by myself, but the fourth overall. I went to the one in January with my mom. I went to the one in February with my mom. The January expo was where I got Artemis. The February expo was where I got George, who is dead, by the way. He died on Friday, and I found that out. It was actually pretty sad. He died like last Friday, so over a week ago now. It was pretty sad, but like I hadn't seen him crawl around the container because usually I have him in a place where he's very visible to me, so when he crawls around and comes to this side of the container, I can see him, like, and he always crawls along this side of the container like once a day at least, so I always see him there, and I hadn't seen him crawling around in a bit, so I went to check on him, and unfortunately, he just reached the end of his natural life. But when I told the people at the expo, because Live Beetles Canada was there again and they had some really cute beetles, and I got to hold some beetles, but when I told them that I bought the beetle in February and he lived until June, they said I was a good beetle mom. So, yay. I I mean, when they gave him to me, they said he would probably live for about 8 months, but 4 months. Yeah, February, March, April, May, June. 4 months about. Yeah, February to March, March to April, April to May, May to June. Yeah, that's correct. Anyway, it sucks, but like, I didn't expect him to live that long anyway because beetles in general don't live that long. Like, a lot of bugs in general just don't live that long. Like, when they gave me the jumping spider, they said he'll probably live for a year or two. I named him Phineas, by the way. So I was walking around the expo looking at all these different animals, and I asked some questions about like the Mexican red knees because I want to get a Mexican red knee in February, regardless of whether or not I get a snake at that expo, which it looks like I'm probably not going to because I still don't have a job. And if I find out that I don't get the job at the tattoo shop, I'm just gonna take a break because God help me, I need it. This has been so stressful, and like I'm just so stressed out applying to jobs and stuff, so I'm just gonna take a break. And also I have my 3 birthday days coming up and my appointment with the neurologist, so I don't want to get a job and then be like, oh, I need 4 days in a row off. That's probably not gonna look good. Anyway, and then I also got Curly Fry. I got her shipped, but I think I decided that it's best if I don't get any animals shipped just because of everything, like where my apartment is and how my apartment is. Like, I'm not in a regular apartment building. For one thing, there's no central AC. I have a window AC unit. You guys already know this. But essentially, I have like the back stairs or the front stairs or whatever you want to call them. I call them the back stairs, which are really hard to get to. Like when they're driving up, it's not like if they're delivering to my address, they're gonna go to the front entrance, and getting down those stairs is really tricky. And also, if I'm out of the house, it could be an issue, but I can't just get them to leave the package on my doorstep because one, it has live animals in it, so that's gonna be a problem, and two, um, it like there, it's literally a staircase with me and my neighbor's like I got my apartment right next to my neighbor's tattoo shop, so it has those three addresses like right next to each other, all on the same staircase, and then the staircase faces out into like the bustling town. So like people are walking by constantly, and someone can easily just take my package and run away with it. So there's not a way to like keep it safe. Um, Once I move into like subsidized housing, I am gonna look into getting a Ring doorbell, like in case they deliver a package when I leave the house. I think it's just safer to have a Ring doorbell or like a security camera or literally anything that can detect the person that steals your package because, if I get my package stolen, I want to know who the fuck did it. So this way it can prevent me from getting my packages stolen. Or I can literally just I can literally just see when someone comes up and steals my package and I can see exactly who they are. Anyway, back to the expo thing. So, anyway, I was walking around, I was holding some animals. I asked about the Mexican redknees, and then I asked about the, like, I was asking about the Mexican redknees, and then I was also asking questions about the Kenyan sand boas. I only found one booth that had the Kenyan sand boas, but I'm gonna be back there in February, so I'll be seeing that then. And I was really, really, like, I asked them a lot of questions. I was pretty thorough, so there was just stuff I was curious about, both with the Kenyan sand boas and the Mexican redknees, because I'm planning to bring both of them into my like life at some point next year, and it might be in February, it might be later. I'm definitely getting the Mexican Red Knee in February, as long as I have like $200 or $300. By the full grown ones are $250, but they're also marked as like they're also sexed, so you can tell what sex they are. But I don't want to get a third tarantula without knowing what sex it is. I want to know what sex it is for sure, to know for sure I'm getting a girl, and then I'm gonna name it Belle after Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I already planned this like a few weeks ago. I really want to name my next tarantula Belle because I love Beauty and the Beast. And also tarantulas are kind of like they're beasts, but they're also beautiful. So Belle. Anyway, so I was walking around, I was holding a ton of animals, I was like looking around at the cute animals, they were so cute. It was super fun. Um, anyway, so I found the guy because I asked the guy from Ontario Infant Farm to bring my two millipedes specifically to the expo. But before I went there, I went to Live Beetles Canada, and I was like at the booth hanging out with all the beetles who are really cute and like all they're awesome. I love those beetles. I'm probably gonna get another one. I mean, I am gonna get another one at some point. It just depends when. Right now, my priority is my Kenyan sand boa and also my Mexican red knee, hopefully. So, but my number one priority is the Kenyan sand boa right now. So, any money I make is gonna be like towards my Kenyan sand boa. It's gonna be like and if I end up like saving up the $1,200, but I don't have enough to also buy the Mexican red knee, then I'm just gonna go ahead and get the Kenyan Sambo and not get the Mexican red knee, and I'll just get the Mexican red knee like later, like you know, in another year or whatever. But again, I'm not getting any more animals shipped to my house. And I'm not sure about going to expos alone, even though I want to go to expos alone. It's just about getting my tarantula home. Anyway, so I was at the Live Beatles Canada, and I mentioned that I was there for some millipedes, and the guy said, "Oh, I have millipedes for you," and I was like, "Okay, well maybe they'll be cheaper." So he showed me the millipedes, and I was like, "I'm looking for two of them," and he said two would be $60, which is the exact same quote that the guy from Ontario Invert Farm gave me, and I was like, "Oh, well, here is an opportunity to haggle a little bit and save some money." And I was like, "Well, the guy at Ontario Invert Farm is charging me 60. Is there any way you could go down to 25 each?" So the guy was going to give me two of them for $50. And then I continued walking around the expo, like looking at animals until I got to Ontario Invert Farm. And then I told the guy there that at Live Beetles Canada, they had gone to $50 for two of them. So the guy at Ontario Invert Farm said he would go down to 20 each. So I was going to end up spending 20 less dollars than when I had arrived, like what I expected, because my mom gave me essentially exactly $60 cash. She gave me three $20 bills. She was like, "This is the exact cash for the millipedes. Go buy the millipedes." And then I was gonna buy the millipedes, but I was gonna spend like $20 less. So I was gonna get them for 2/3 of the price that I had originally expected to spend, because like the guy did all this work, so I figured I may as well ask if he's willing to go down lower, and he went to 40. So I was like, awesome, $40 for two of them, and I'll still have 20 left over. And I just figured, like, I'll give my mom back the 20 or whatever. But then the guy at Ontario Invert Farm could not find the millipedes. He was looking for them for a few minutes, and I didn't want to wait around, so it's like, okay, well, maybe you keep looking, and I'm gonna go, like, check out the rest of the expo, because I was pretty much almost done. Like, the Ontario Invert Farm was at the opposite end from where I started, so I only had a couple more booths to look at. So I looked at the couple more booths that I had to look at, and then I came back, and the guy said he could not find my millipedes and to just go buy them at Live Beetles Canada. So that's exactly what I did. So I ended up spending less than I initially expected on the millipedes, but when I was there, he had this little deli cup with the teeniest, tiniest spider I'd ever seen in it. And I was like, "Hey, what's in this deli cup?" And the guy was like, "That's a jumping spider." And I thought, "Oh my god, they're so cute. I love them." And I was planning to get a jumping spider, like, anyway, eventually. Um, so I was like, "Well, how much are they?" And he was like, "They're $5." And so I was just like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna come home with an extra pet, and then I'm gonna still spend less, because altogether with the millipedes and the jumping spider, it was still only $55." So I was like, "Okay, I'll just give my mom back the $5 bill." Even though later my mom just told me to keep the $5 and I'll just owe her 60 because it's easier that way. And so I just held on to the $5 and spent it on ice cream later. And then so that I ended up like going home with these little guys with my three new pets. So now I have two millipedes named that I named Sheldon and Penny because of The Big Bang Theory, and I love that show. And I know Sheldon and Penny aren't a romantic couple in the show, and the whole point was that I was trying to get a boy and a girl so I could get. The guy at Live Beatles Canada said he also didn't know the sexes of the millipedes, so I guess I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Maybe they'll have eggs, maybe they won't, maybe I got the same sex millipedes, but Sheldon and Penny are happy in their new home. I know Sheldon and Penny aren't a romantic couple in the show, but I do not care because they're my millipedes, so I'm gonna name them whatever I want. And my mom was like, "Sheldon and Amy," and I was like, "No." And my mom was like, "Leonard and Penny," and I was like, "No." They're my two favorite characters on the show, so I want to name them Sheldon and Penny, so I ended up naming them Sheldon and Penny. Even though my mom kept making other suggestions. But I wasn't interested in listening to those other suggestions. If I get more millipedes in the future, I'll probably name them like other Big Bang Theory names just to stick with my, Big Bang Theory theme. I might just do a Big Bang Theory theme for like all my millipedes until I run out of names, that is. Um, but regardless of anything, it was really great. And I named my jumping spider Phineas after the Disney show Phineas and Ferb. If I get another jumping spider, maybe I'll name it Ferb. But his name is Phineas. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but That's that's the spider's name. He's so teeny tiny. He's literally the tiniest thing. And I tried to get a good picture of him, but he's so tiny that the camera doesn't even want to focus on him because he's too little. Um, but anyway, he's seriously the cutest thing ever, and I love him. I love my millipedes too. They're super cute. But I put them in the cage, and then I came back like a few minutes later, and they weren't on top of the dirt anymore. They decided to just burrow down into the dirt because millipedes really like burrowing into the dirt. So they burrowed down into the dirt, and I haven't seen them since, and it's been over a week. Wait, no, almost a week. It's been almost a week. Today's Saturday. Yeah, it's been 6 days. So it's been almost a week. And I haven't seen hide nor hair of them. Super cute though. They were super cute. And I made sure that I got the millipedes. Like I saw they literally the millipedes were just like in the deli cup by themselves without anything else. Well, they pooped in it a bunch, but there weren't like any decorations or anything in there because they were fine. So I also gave them a water dish and I gave them a little bit of fruit, but they haven't eaten it yet. I guess they weren't hungry, or they're just eating the flake soil because that's why you need specialized soil. They eat their soil a lot, so you have to get this special soil. So I got like a special soil for them. Lucky freaking millipedes. Or they might be like in the. I bought this like round cork bark log, which they also might be in, by the way. Like, I bought a nice cork bark log for them because they like that. And I heard they enjoy like having a hide and that they like cork bark and stuff. And you can't put anything too heavy because the thing is, these millipedes are kind of dumb. So if you put anything too heavy, then they'll just bury it like under the object, and then it could fall on them and they could die. Like if it falls on them, if an item is heavy enough to fall on them because they're burrowing under the dirt, then they could like get squished to death. So like from the impact. So that's why a lot of people suggested quote bug because it's not like very heavy. So you can put a piece of quote bug in there and they'll be fine. So I bought a completely round piece of quote bug. It's bigger than what I just made with my hand, but I bought them a nice big piece of quote bug to put in there. And I got a nice big like deep enclosure. It's like 21 quarts and it's like very deep because I made sure that you're supposed to fill it like at least 10 inches because that's how big these guys can get. So you're supposed to fill it up a lot with the dirt. So I made sure that I filled it up with enough dirt, but I bought a really big like enclosure, and I have an enclosure over there that I have one more idea I'm gonna try because I'm pretty sure the dude from Ontario Invert Farm mentioned also knowing the guy from Westgate Exotics, which is the person that's selling the snails. So I'm gonna try this one last thing to reach out to the guy from Ontario Invert Farm and ask him to either ask the guy from Westgate Exotics that I'm trying to contact him on Facebook and on Instagram, or I'm literally just gonna try to ask if he has another communication method, like maybe he knows the guy's phone number or something, because I am doing like a last ditch effort to get in touch with the guy with the snails because the guy can meet in Newmarket, so I can easily meet up with him and get the snails. And if that doesn't work, like if I've exhausted every possibility, because he was supposed to be at the expo, but he wasn't there, or at least I couldn't find his booth. I did not see a Westgate Exotics booth, at least from what I saw. So, like, I don't know. But after I've exhausted every possibility, then I'm just gonna get my support worker to bring me snails because her kids find a lot of snails in the garden. So I'm gonna just like if I buy snails from the guy at Westgate Exotics, like from the breeder, then at least I can just get then that way if I have that, I can get the snails and know that they're going to be healthy and stuff. Like, if I get them from the wild, I don't know if they're going to be okay. Although I'm sure there's some things I could watch out for. But anyway, it's like I don't know. It's all very exhausting and I'm getting so fed up with this. I try to contact him through email and also through Instagram and also through Facebook and nothing is working. Even though he said Instagram was the best way to contact him, and I literally made an Instagram account just to connect with this guy about snails. Like, give me the snails already. I mean, obviously I'm gonna pay for them, but sell me the freaking snails already. Why aren't you answering on any single thing that I like? He's not answering on literally anything. It's so frustrating, and I am so done with it. I don't know. I'm just fed up and tired. But the rest of the expo was really, really awesome, and it was super fun. So essentially, yeah, there was that. And as far as these tests go, nothing's showing any results. Like, it's literally just I got an MRI and like some special scans and stuff, and it took like 20 minutes. Like, it took quite a while. I was in there for such a long time that I came out and my arm was like super tender for like a few hours afterwards because my arm just hurt so much. It was pretty bad because I was just cramped in there for so long. And I mean, my right arm's already pretty messed up because I like broke it. So like I mean it's perfectly fine now, but like it's still it was pretty bad when I got out of the MRI, so I guess because it's been broken and busted before and stuff, like my arm was really fucked up when I first like there was a there was literally a fracture, like a break, and the little joint in my elbow that turns your elbow was shattered, and then it was also dislocated. Like my elbow was dislocated from my other part of my elbow, my upper arm. Like, yeah, my elbow was dislocated from my upper arm. So the tests that I'm trying to do are for like my balance issues, and I have one last test on July 10th, so in like 9 days. But thing is, none of the tests are showing anything, and I have no fucking idea how I'm gonna do this. How like that this this is the last test, so it better show something because otherwise I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. And I made it very clear to my mom that I want to discuss next steps if for some reason the freaking neurologist test doesn't show anything. I don't know, it's just so frustrating and I'm getting super pissed off and I just want the test to show something because obviously there's something fucking wrong with me, but none of the tests are showing anything. And I'm getting super pissed off. Like, I assumed the freaking MRI and scans would show something, but nope. I mean, they were super in depth, but like, I'm just super frustrated right now with a lot of stuff. There's also this like huge family secret that I've been keeping that I'm gonna tell, and my mom's probably gonna be pretty pissed about it, but like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, it's tearing me apart, so I can't exactly just tell no one. I mean, like, no, I can't say anything, and I'm not gonna do it anymore, and I shouldn't be expected to keep this stupid secret in. And so maybe everyone should just shut up and let me do what I'm gonna do. Um, and yeah, it's all really frustrating. Like, I just want some snails, and I just want to not have these balance issues anymore. So hopefully the neurologist test will show something on the 10th, because what the fuck are we supposed to do? I'm actually getting into having showers again, like, very carefully. Um, my mom had my mom bought some handlebars for the shower and she like attached them. So I have one that's on the outside where I can climb in and out and I can grab onto it if I need to. And then I have another one that's like inside the shower so I can hold onto it if I need to or whatever. And that makes it easier, but I still only shower if there's someone in the apartment. And the problem with that is my mom's going away on vacation for 2 weeks, so we're gonna have to discuss this and sort it out, and it's really pissing me off because I have no idea what's gonna happen. Uh, I'm just getting so frustrated with everything, and there's a freaking tornado warning in some parts of Ontario. Luckily, nowhere near me. Oh, yeah, here's a good thing. My sister got an apartment. Yay! So also, I don't have to take in her bearded dragon because she can bring Mushu with her. So she's moving in a day or two, probably on Monday, my mom said. But she signed the lease and she paid for she gave them the deposit and stuff. So she's moving in with roommates, but it's up in Niagara Falls, which is like a 4 hour train ride away. So on top of her getting an apartment and me just being really relieved that she doesn't have to live on the streets, and also that I don't have to take in a bearded dragon, because I was willing to do it, but I was really nervous about having to interact with my sister and having to deal with that whole thing. But now I don't even have to worry about it, even though the offer for her to the offer for me to take in a bearded dragon if something goes wrong, um if something, suddenly goes wrong or whatever, is probably gonna just remain indefinitely, or at least until I get my Kenyan sand boa, which I don't even know when that's gonna be at this point. But as far as that goes, I love that. And I'm really happy she got an apartment. And, aside from her not having to live on the streets, I'm just really happy because she lives super far away, so I'm never gonna have to worry about, like, dealing with her or whatever. Like, also, I'm gonna be over at my mom's. She's basically just gonna leave me the spare key, and then be, like, I'm just gonna go over there when I have to do laundry and do laundry at her place and watch videos on my phone or something. My mom doesn't have Netflix attached to the TV anymore. I'm not exactly sure what happened with that still, but she doesn't have Netflix on her TV either, so either way, I'm not gonna be doing that. Okay, I think that's it for now. Honestly, I couldn't really think of any more updates to give. I probably have a lot more going on that I'll think of later, but when I think of it, I'll come back and just do another vlog, but this is it for now. I love each and every one of you. Please don't forget to always be yourself. Please don't forget to be good to yourself and others. And I will see all you guys in the next video, which will probably be tomorrow. Bye.